Don't be fooled. Just because somebody has money and power does not mean they're not making a mistake. Sure, they're making money in the short term, but consistently over time, we see across industries that short-term poor decisions mean you lose money in the long run. I made another video on narcissism, but in this, I'm going to talk about why this is a class difference. So I'm Dr. Anna Kalschmidt. I'm an industrial organizational psychologist, and I research the unwritten rules of work for neurodivergence in the working class, as well as intersections of race and gender. Just last week, I was giving one of my keynote talks in front of a manufacturing conference of manufacturing leaders, and I talked to them about 3 of the unwritten rules of work that impact the customer experience and different ways that the classes approach problems, different thinking styles. I learned this while writing my book. So upper middle class and upper class people tend to think in an analytical style, while working class people and lower tend to think in a holistic style. Analytic style is A to B to C. If A happens, B will happen, then we get C. So if I increase my spending on marketing by X%, then my sales will go up by Y% and I get, boom, this revenue. Working class people, they don't. They think holistically. They think of all the environmental factors that could happen, all the relationship factors that could happen. Because working class people are communal, they're more interdependent. They grow up with limited resources, so they know how to share things. They're aware of relationships and how the environment changes things. They don't have as much control over their lives. They know someone can change a law and they're screwed. This group, who has more power, has more individualism, they're used to getting what they want. And trust me, once I entered like Ivy League level academia, I was like, these people aren't that smart. Like some of them, yes, but like some of them, I was like, wow. Because you're insulated from so much. These people don't have to think holistically because they have been through hell. They are learning to think through problems. They are learning to be aware and always on edge. Your nervous system, if you're poor, is shot. Not one of these is inherently better than the other, but they need each other because this one can have a hard time figuring out where to get started, while this one can miss some major things and look like a dumbass. But this one can just go into analysis paralysis and spiral. So if these people know how to work together, then this one can scope out all the risk and this one can help them know where to get started. But the problem is in a lot of corporate workspaces and white collar upper class workspaces, this is all that's rewarded and this is just you're neurotic, go away, and then bad stuff happens. Have you ever had that happen? I give a couple of examples of this in my book of real life case studies about how this has played out in corporate world. The link for the waiting list to my book is in my bio.